welcome to week 5 of the 6-week basics bootcamp. I'm really pumped for this. And it's been a while since I revisited this, and I wanted to talk about numbers today. So I know last week, thank you to Natalie, you guys had an awesome mindset workshop, forever mindset, because this is literally 80% of your success is how you grow your mind. And that's honestly inner work. Hashtag inner work is the work. If you're part of the Brown Box tribe, you will hear this forever. And why not? We're always going to be growing, as well as learning to critically think for ourselves. Everything is figure outable. Google, like YouTube, we live in the information world, and Isogenics doesn't withhold answers and tools because we don't keep those things to ourselves. This is abundant mindset, growth, and when one of you are successful, all of us are successful. So we're all going to up level. Today's focus is on how many, and you might have heard that before, where we talk about it's not how long or how fast, it really is about how many, and the areas to which you will want to build your belief consistently, re-enroll. And then I'm going to stop recording, and if there's time, and we're going to just share a little bit. I love to just check in with everyone, but we'll take that off the recording. All right, so numbers, right? If we really understand that numbers don't lie, and we get our leader in action formula out, and we look at what our week was like, yes, life is gonna happen, but you are directly going to be paid for the results that you produce, right? And so we want to help you simplify this. I'm really excited. Okay, so this is one of my favorite posts that I pulled from the Start group, and I've tagged people in it over and over, but for brand newbies, this is what this boot camp is for. We're gonna read this. I always this is from Zach Slovan. I always like breaking numbers down to the ridiculous, so you can see how a bit of discipline, consistency can change your financial situation. If changing your financial situation interests you, of course, imagine that all you did was ask 2 people a day to take a look at Isogenics 6 days a week. Just 2. And when he's saying that, it's not just taking a look, okay, I did my 2 and walk away. You got someone to actually say, yes, let me see it. Okay, yes, invite me to your event or whatever. Give me 15 minutes. Actually follow through, okay? So it really only takes about 2 minutes, right? It's just sending a quick message. You can do that in the grocery store. You can do that while you're nursing your baby. You can do that while you're out at the beach or at the gym. It's so simple to ask people, are you open? Maybe this is for you. We already went through all of those type of groundwork scripts. So 2 people a day, 6 times a week is 12 people a week, just you. Now 12 people a week, 52 weeks out of the year, that's 624 people a year just taking a look, okay? Let's say conservatively, right? 10% of them actually get started. So now you have 62 people on your team, which is essentially about 5 people a month, okay? So that's the average number for Isogenics, that Isogenics millionaires enroll, just 5 people, okay? Out of those 62, let's say 20% of those 62 raised their hand and were like, yeah, I would like to share this. I would love to do this with you. Now, that's you and your new business builders. That's 13 people taking a look a day versus you trying to do this all by yourself and only having your efforts, okay? That's why we talk about leverage so much. 13 people, including yourself, taking a look at your business. That's 26 looks per day, 156 per week, or 8,112 people taking a look at your organization in the year. Okay, let's say 10% got started. Now you have 811 people on your team, consuming about 100 BV. Does someone want to type in the chat approximately how much that is? If you've watched The Power of 10 over and over and over, how much is that? Somebody type it in the chat. Ready, set, go. I can't even see the chat because I'm not the host. I'm assuming you're going to say approximately $5,000 of residual income a month, right? Around there, because 1,000 consuming 100 BV. All right. So I love it, just like, you know, this last line of just tossing it out there. The only thing holding you back from your freedom in your life is the prison of inconsistency. It is so hard to start, stop, right? We're all gonna get in funks. We're all gonna doubt, does this work? Am I doing the right thing? Do people like me? Do I like me? Like, you're gonna get in your head. It's a battle every single day, which is why we built on mindset last week. But you're not just the prisoner, you're also the warden, and everything you do always comes back to taking full responsibility. So, you know, thinking about athletes, it takes muscle, it takes work, it's consistent. Your favorite football team, I don't know. I saw L'Oreal today posting her families all in Raider gear, and I'm like, she's like, oh, we didn't lose, but we're still winning. And they took a picture and their team had lost, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, that's how you consistently show up. You don't just quit on your team. You don't just walk off the field because you had one loss. And maybe you just lost the whole season, but because you love the game and you see the vision of what this could potentially do, you consistently show up, right? And just like in any profession. So for you newbies, and I know there are a bunch of you that have been here and you might be seeing the global boards or have come to an event and you're like, who is this guy? This is, to me, the legend, okay, not just of Isogenics, but in network marketing. And I'm gonna spend a lot of time talking about him because this cute little face like, has completely flipped this industry on top of its head. Okay, so why not you? Why, oh, but I'm so busy, and all the excuses that we give ourselves, truly, of like why this is not going to be for us. Jimmy Smith started at 74 years old, has never owned a social media account, okay, doesn't have any Facebook, any Instagram, or anything like that. And what does he share? 100 BV will set you free. So get excited. I want everybody, if you're on your phone, I get it, it's okay. But I want you to, in real time, take out your calculator and we're gonna blow your mind right now. I'm so pumped. Okay. So I'm gonna pause, stop share. Okay, I wanna see everybody's faces while we do this. So you're going to put a 1 because that's you. You started out as a team of 1. And then you're gonna do +2, times 2, right? Okay, you times 2. What did you get? Yep, right. Now your 2, you shared, now they share, right? 2 times 2. Keep going. How much did you get? Put the fingers up. 4, okay. Now your 4 all share with 2. What did you get? Can you see it? Yep, you're gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna be irritating in a bit, but this is, yeah, okay. And now these 8 people in your organization, everybody have about 8 people in the organization, maybe like there's some newbies, right? That's okay, cool. So times 2, what did you get? 16, okay? And then these 16 share with just 2 people, not saying gonna do a business, let's help 16 people eat for free. What did you get? 32, good math. And then 32 people eating for free times 2, where are you? 64. Let's count. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, if you were in another network marketing business, that would be your cap. I'm just gonna put that out there. At 32, this exercise would have been done, but this is Isogenics, and we are paid unlimited depth forever. So we get to keep going. All right, so 64 people in your organization now that all help 2 people, okay? So 64 times 2, 128, that's right. 128 people sharing with 2 each, okay? 256. Now 256 sharing with 2, We have 512. 512 people sharing with 2. That is 1,024. Anybody need to pause? Somebody pressed the wrong button. Okay, we keep going. Okay. 1,000 people sharing with 2. 2,048. 2,048 sharing with 2. 4,096. All right. 4,096 times 2 is 8,192. How many times did we times 2? How many times? Say that 10 times fast. How many times did we times? Go ahead, Kawai. What was it? Yeah,
I said, who knows?
What?
I said, who knows? I don't know.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. But 12 times. Huh? 13. 13 times. 13 times of doing you share, they share, you share, they share, over and over and over, okay? So this number, 8,192, I want you to times it by 100, meaning 100 BV. Show your screen when you got it, okay? Right? So every week, 12 times, just keep going, okay? 819,200. Now, what do we get paid on? Just so everybody knows, we are paid on, what is our percentage?
6%.
That's right, 6%. All right, so guess what? Show your screen. I'll wait. 49,152. What is this number? Anybody want to guess? This is your weekly pay, and this is your monthly pay.
Millionaire.
Monthly pay divided by 4. Okay, so what is that? 12,000. Show your screen. $12,288 a week. I'll let you just like sit with that. Was that hard to go help 2, help 2, help 2? Right?
Did we miss a step?
Nope. 8,000.
Did everybody get it?
Yeah. Don't worry.
So, yeah. Okay, so divided by the 900 BVs, the 910 cycles, times the 54 for $54. There we go. I was just making sure. I was just looking to make sure everybody got it all the way through.
Okay, amazing. So here's the story of Jimmy Smith. He got started. He loved network marketing, and he was actually doing network marketing for 14 years prior to Isogenics. Got started in 2002 when they first started, and he got a 9-day pack, and he got 2 of his daughters that same day to get started on a 9-day pack. Why? Because they had 30 days to try it, and if they, or the 9 days, whatever, they had that full month to try it. If they didn't like it, no worries. But when Jimmy Smith saw this compensation plan and said 100 BV, I don't need to get people started on the big pack. I can get them started on 100 BV. It's $4 being directed to make unlimited income. The vision. So at the time, in his other network marketing company, he was making about $4,000 to $5,000 a week, which is amazing, right? That's like a 5-star golden circle here in Isogenics. But it took him 15 years and a bankruptcy and switching to multiple companies to have grown that income. So what did he get? If he signed up a 9-day pack and a 9-day pack, he got $10 per pack. So he came back to his wife and he presented her his check. He's like, I got my first paycheck from Isogenics. It's $20. And the wife was like, what the heck is wrong with you? You walked away from $5,000 a week so you could give me a $20 check? Like, what is going on? 74 years old. She's probably like, I don't know about this guy. He's like, no. I promise you what I've seen, the vision of this, I'm going to be adding a couple zeros by the end of the year. And sure enough, in 1 year, that $20 paycheck turned into $20,000 a week. And since then, he's made, I don't know, as of 2017, when I've Googled or whatever, has made over $80 million in Isogenics. starting from 74 years old. He is now 93, 94. So, I mean, talk about legend. And I just, and as I was listening to it, and I'm definitely going to post the link after this video, you can tell he doesn't use technology. He just opened his mouth and he shared the vision, and he didn't let people say, I don't want to do your shake thing, and that's not like, okay. And he's like, I did this. Took me a day to sign up 2 people. Took my daughters a week to sign up their 2. Took their 2 to sign up a month. He's like, you could do this whole thing, that whole calculation, in 12 days if you wanted to. You could do it in 12 weeks. You could do it in 12 months. It could even take you 12 years. This is what he says. You could even take you 12 years. But you guys, where else are you going to make $12,000 a week? In 12 years from now? I have a 13-year-old, and that went by so fast. I think, where else are you going to make that kind of income from not taking out debt, from not going to school, from not sacrificing your soul? You're eating nutrition, right? So many times we think, oh, what I might lose on my investment. But really, we got to think like a CEO, like him. Here's my $20. I'm so stoked, right? And that's why I'm like, post your guys' checks. Like, be grateful for every little thing. That $54 was like, it's starting. You know, that night I share, you guys have heard me a billion times say that $54 was like the unlocking. So you newbies, get your check and celebrate, because you are on your way. And the same thing, like, this is what Kawai and Kamaili, and I'm gonna have her share, because this was the very first thing I think she saw after she said okay. Kayla Craft, you know, so many of you, I see you sharing her podcast, and oh my gosh, she's a multiple 7-figure lifestyle brand. $9 was her first check in Isogenics, you know. So the time is going to pass anyways. And I just hope that as you're seeing this, the thing that was told to us was, if you do not know what you would do with $49,000 a month, you will never make it. And it feels like a big old lie, right? In the beginning, to say, I have a millionaire mind. Like, it feels like your stomach's gonna go, huh? What the heck are you saying? You said rich people was bad. You said they was evil. You said money's gonna change you your whole life. What is this? I'm a millionaire. You know, like, that's how you feel. But the more you change it, the more you speak it, yeah, I'm gonna have a max out business. That's just 12 levels, if you will, right? People don't like that word, but I'm like, our levels in Isogenics is amazing. I'm probably number 15, 16,000 in Kelly Dickerhoof's downline. I don't care. I got my own little slice of this. It doesn't matter where you come in, because our levels in Isogenics of helping people, that's what we get paid for. So I'm going to have you pause for a second with those numbers, seeing that, not hard, simple, okay? Easy, no, because there's a lot of mindset things that will come up, but simple. I want you to write, what would you do with $49,000 a month? And just take a moment while I get another screen. And if you can't even think that big, think, well, what would $20,000 a month do for you? Okay. And as you come back, we're gonna watch Jimmy Smith. All right.
Hey, I'm Jimmy the Butcher Smith. I've been with Isogenics since the very beginning. And now I got a nice little Isogenics business going on. Yeah, we've sold some Isogenics products since the beginning in 2002. Millions of shakes, millions of bars, hundreds of thousands of B shots. That's a lot of B shots. And over 3 million minutes of blender time. Not that we're counting. Yeah, you could say I'm a nice affair. People always say to me, Jimmy, what's your secret? I'm not much of a talker, but I'm going to tell you. Okay, yeah, I'm a talker. But listen, I use the product, I believe in the product, and I share the product. Here's the one. Never quit, never stop, never give up your dreams. It's simple, not easy. You got to work it. Talk to people, share it. It's not rocket science. It's not a secret, but you got to do the work. Hey, I'm a regular guy. I tried an awful lot of companies before I found Isogenics. Let me tell you, what we got here is something special. We have changed so many lives with this company and these products, I could not ask for more. And you know what we do to companies who try to question our comp plan or compare our products? We butcher them. You know what? We're not done yet. I'm just getting started, and I'll see every one of you at the top isomania. Hey guys, the E's crooked. We gotta do this over.
Yay. Okay. Inspired, right? If I showed that first, you'd be like, what the heck am I watching? But you know, I just love that because it segues into building belief, like the toothbrush and like all the things. Yes, love him. And when you guys come to events, he's literally like a legend and you just cheer for him. It's like living life. He don't care what nobody thinks, you know, his life is fabulous, right? He is goals. Yeah. All right, so bringing it back in, I'll just cracking up. 100 BV set you free, and that's what I want to share. Yes, definitely go for the PIBs and give people the packs that are most valuable to them and their goals, but truly helping people commit to doing $4 a day with you, which is not hard when we have such incredible products that are yield physical and emotional results and get their families paid. We don't quit. All right. So some of the favorite quotes that we've learned from him is every master was once a disaster. I think we hear our girl Nat saying that a lot. This is Jimmy Smith. The only way to fail is to quit. Have a vision and have a vision and learn how to talk. Okay. Have a vision and the courage to take action. Some will, some won't, some wait. So what? Who's next? Just do it. Get into action, build your business, don't look back and keep going. Okay. So that video basically was a great segue into building our belief. How many of us would go on the stairs and be like, yeah, with the Rocky music and build your belief, right? You gotta be shameless. That's the whole thing. People will never join you if you're 70% sure, right? Certainty is sexy. We hear this a lot. If you're not all in, why the heck would somebody want to join you if you're not even quite sure? And that's okay. We're going to build your belief over time. A lot of the objections that you will get in this business is very rooted in what you're projecting, whether you know it or not. I'm just letting you know right now. If you are getting an objection of, it's too expensive, I don't know, it's rooted in your belief of, do these products have value in them? If you're getting an objection of, I don't have time, you might not be seeing the value of true like freedom that this business provides you to work. So in the meantime, you're still going to earn while you learn. You're still in our organization and you're going to be getting that BV coming up to you. So here are the 4 areas of belief. Number one, the products, of course. People are like, I don't know that I like it before you try it. You don't need, and I'm speaking to you brand newbies, you don't need an amazing before and after picture to have success here, okay? You can come in any season as you are and build life-changing income, which is why you're on this call. And I had a chat with one of my besties that are building this business now. And I'm like, I built this with all my baby weight, you know, or maybe not in the body that I was completely comfortable with, but I built it with a vision of this, much like Jimmy Smith. And here I am, gonna go for it. The company as Isogenics, network marketing industry. This is a really, really important one. And I think for me, especially because I wasn't a believer in network marketing for a very long time, but have now become an advocate and realizing it's important to clap for people in other vehicles. And it's also important to love this industry and realize that some of the best prospects that you will have had prior experience. Don't discount the fact that they're in another business. Doesn't matter. Like Jimmy Smith says, I will put any compensation plan up to this and we'll butcher that, you know, whatever your way is. But I'm like, yeah, cool. If you've done network marketing before, you're already half the battle is kind of won because they've seen the value of multiple streams of income. They've seen the value of diversifying. They've seen maybe the dream of what this could look like for them. And now you're going to give them an even better, more powerful vehicle if it aligns with them. And then the compensation plan, this is what kind of, I hope today's activity did for you, is build your belief in that. As well as coming to, you know, New Way Thursdays or attending different events, especially in realizing how powerful this vehicle is. And your belief in yourself, and also you and Isogenics. So I want you to score yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, even if you're brand new, even if you're seasoned. Where are you as of October 4th, 2020? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being I'm bulletproof, you can't mess with me, thank you very much. I'm gonna make my own video. And then there's no right or wrong, yeah? Okay, so that's just for you. So if you are less than an 8 in any area, this is where I want you to just work on building your belief. It doesn't have to be in a week, it's gonna take time, but this is really important because again, people will never just join, you know, if you're like semi-sure, be a leader, okay? The products, when was the last time you really did a strict 30-day schedule? And I'm not talking from top to bottom, but just for you and your goals and inviting people to feel a certain way, to get certain results. Are you a product of the product? Now, are you an active member and cheering on the little brown box? That's a really big one, that you help others build their belief too. And if you are less than an 8, I highly recommend going to isogenicspodcast.com. There is tons. And I remember when I first got started, I was like, where do I learn about all the things? Using the Isogenics podcast, some of them are quite long, so just kind of flip through the things like, oh, this one is on cleanse, I'm going to listen to that. Just little one-liners that you can kind of gain more trust in, like hearing, oh, that's why we cleanse, oh, that's what ashwagandha does. Those kind of things will build your belief in these products. Now the company, do you know the history of why Isogenics was started? It's important, you know, this is like your roots, right? If you're going to be aligning with us, like, who are these? What is the Cougars? What is that? Like, are they just a bunch of like wealthy people came out of nowhere? It's really important to me that you really get to know this family, especially in this 2.0 season. So I love getting my newbies started with this video series on YouTube, Isogenics International, and it is, I'll try to pull it up real quick. Well, it's taking a little bit, but anyways, you're going to look at hidden depth. I think it's like a video series, and they're about 4 videos long, and they dispel some myths and you get to learn a lot. Okay, so the network marketing industry, like I said, learn to be a champion for this profession. Truly, like Eric Worre, you should have downloaded GoPro by this time. We're in week 5. If you haven't, go back. It's like step 1. Okay, the business of the 21st century. So many people, including myself, we always talk about Rich Dad Poor Dad. But there's a flip side to that, the business of the 21st century, and he talks about network marketing. And he does the quadrant as well, but it's a little bit different. So it's another book for you to add. Peter Kelly, this is one of her speeches, and Your Energetic Business, as well as Chris Harder. This is for you to YouTube. He was a network marketer. He's an Isogenics millionaire, but he was a banking corporate exec, I don't know, at one point. This is a really great one for you to build your belief in why this industry makes sense. Doesn't have to be your end all be all, but definitely as someone that I love to watch, they've built multiple 7-figure, 8-figure brands, and Isogenics was the catalyst that got them to the next point of their life. So it's just another stream. The compensation plan. Yes, we did go over that. We talked, and we'll forever talk about it, but the isogenicsbusiness.com, planting the seed. And the biggest thing, guys, if you want to know the secret to this compensation plan and unlocking all the bonuses, is like, make their goals your goals. You get paid when your people get paid. So rank advancing is honestly the most important thing. The times two, it starts with going back to our little brown box team training, getting really good at asking, what would an extra $500 do for your family this month? Knowing why this money would be important to people's families, knowing why you want to be checking in on your people, making their goals your goals. This is the work here, okay? And you will be beautifully rewarded for helping other families, and your family will get rewarded too, okay? So, and the most important, and I added this one in, is gratitude, right? What you appreciate appreciates. So every single dollar that you make, know that there is more coming, more available, and it is on its way to you as you don't quit. So as you build your belief in you, know that this is the one thing that will always never be a perfect 10. Maybe you'll get like a split second and you'll be like, yes, I'm a 10. And then something happens, whatever. It's normal, but that's why you come to these trainings. That's why you plug into the community. That's why your friends and family that are really close to you might not totally get it, but that's why we've created this space for you. And like I always say, if you want to be want to have friends, you got to be a friend. And solopreneurship is junk. It's junk, and you're all in your head. This is where we mastermind. This is where we lift each other up, cheer each other on. Community, community, community. And be obsessed with visualizing your goals. Again, what would you do with $49,000 a month? Because if you don't know, it's never going to flow that way to you. You got to break these glass ceilings. Now, this is going to be a little bit shorter. I'm going to end the recording, but I wanted to, Kamali, are you okay having this part recorded, or do you want me to leave this on for people to watch?
No matter. Okay, it's cool.
Let's leave it. Let's leave it, and then I will stop recording if anybody wants to share. Okay. All right. So I just wanted to have Kamali share, because when we're talking about building belief, catching the vision early on, this was really important. And just like Jimmy Smith had kind of walked away from solid income to make $20 because he knew it was going to grow into this huge global empire, we also had a similar event happen, and you don't need to go into full-on details. She's going to be sharing in the Start group this week, but I just wanted her to share what catching this vision did for her.
Yeah, thank you, Uwe. I will be sharing more of my full story this week. I'm super excited and nervous, but at a point of growth, I feel, where I can openly share from a healed space. So when Uwe came to me, you guys, a lot of you guys know this story. She, maybe 5 months of like, this is your space, this is for you. And I was like, no. And I was really heavily into my last career. And we were in the same group. You know, I had actually brought Uli into that last job, and we taught finances. And what I loved about it is it had given me the foundation of a lot of the financial mindset that I had never had. You know, growing up locally, we have so many different stories. So paying off debt, learning about credit, things like that was like kind of snowballed in this process of financial literacy. What happened was I had made it to the top. So it was kind of like a network marketing. I made it to the very top level, and I had been there for quite some time, and it got really stale. And my best years were 6 figures, but every single dollar there was earned. So, and when I say earned, it was commission based. And so if you didn't actively work for money, you were not going to get paid. You could literally be like, man, I had a really bad month. Maybe I didn't have, you know, I had family things come up and I had to take off from my business. I might not get paid for those weeks that I was away from my business. And so the difference here, you guys know, if you've even made $10 in this company, you understand that that is different. So even though I was at the top, you know, Uli talks about tiers, I knew that I had outgrown it and I was ready to do more. So when I saw the compensation plan, like really took the moment to like really look at it, which meant 10 o'clock at night quietly by myself on the couch. I'm gonna move. I saw the potential, and in that moment I had made a conscious decision to go for it. And in doing so, I completely jeopardized my career. So I want to say I got a little brown box, and within a week, I was actually fired from my last position for choosing the little brown box, for choosing Isogenics. And you guys, you're talking 10 years in a career, 6 figures, and maybe 2 years, you know, 8 years in, I had worked my way up to getting a salary position that I talk about. I had negotiated that salary position for over 50K. And by the time I got my first paycheck, unbeknownst to me, it was actually half of that. And I was told like, well, we don't really need you for more than this. And so I then had to settle on a paycheck that was not even remotely near my value. So when I was kind of given this non-choice, really, it was hard. But what I saw and what I can never unsee, and what most of you can never unknow now, is the potential here is so much greater. So what took me 10 years, maybe even 7 or 8 years in a company to hit 6 figures, you guys, I'm so close to hitting that, and I've been here for 13 months. Can you now imagine that me here in 10 years, what that's going to look like to me? It's going to be huge. You already went through this 2 shares with 2 shares with 2 shares with 2. If we don't quit in 2 years, what my story, what my income, what my impact will look like, let alone 5 years, let alone another 10 years. So as hard as it was initially to come to terms with that, it was also the no-brainer. And I took comfort in the fact that like, man, I'm going to out earn that so much faster here than I could have ever done there. There was a legit cap, not only on income, but on growth and development that you will never experience here. And I think it's really important as we move into this new generation of women in the work field showing for our daughters that like, we can never put ourselves in a position where we will ever be capped, ever. Like that should never even exist as an option. So for me, as hard as it was, and I had to, like I said, I had to grind, you know, I kind of had to dig my heels in for a solid year to kind of start. I want to say it took me a couple of months to start to see an equal pay that I got to make with all of you guys, right? Like I said, I could take a few days off from my business, and I never got capped out. In my last business, as soon as someone ranked advanced, I got capped out. You know what I mean? So like, you guys, it's unlimited. Like it's the potential here is huge. And so as hard as it was to give up something good for something greater and better, I just held that and held that in my heart. I held that. I clung to Uli. I clung to the group, and I just said, okay, teach me what I need to do. And I just put that action to work. I didn't have a huge testimony of products and all those other things, but I knew I could make more money here, and I knew it wasn't going to come overnight, but I knew the potential was greater here than anywhere else. Yeah. So
Yay.
I did pull out my notebook, and you know, I went and I looked back at one of the first trainings that we did with me, and we did the 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, and the 50,000. And I had written there, so if you cannot imagine making it, you cannot imagine spending it. We always think about make 50 grand so you can do all these amazing things, but what does the process feel and look like for you as you make it? But more importantly, what does it feel like? Yeah, it comes to boot camps and stuff. It's not all fun. It's not all easy, right? Like what did he say? He said it's not easy, or it's not easy. It's simple though, right? It's simple, but it's not easy. But all of that is you just leveling up and growing and unlocking more. And the way I see it is you're unlocking more income to yourself the more you grow through it. But I had in there, you guys, that I was going to not only rent out Disneyland, everybody knows that one, but I had charter my own yacht. You know, I had all these things. I actually took the time and Googled the expense for it. I went and found out how much everything costs for me to do, and I just kind of kept it in my notebook and I looked back at it. But, you know, 10 years, I can't even imagine what 10 years in Isogenics will look like for me. I can't, because I'm so grateful for just this past 13 months. So bottom line is just don't quit. We never said it was beautiful all the time. Believe me, if you could see, if you were a fly on the wall, the conversations, the tears, you know, the moments where I had to pull myself up, you guys, you're not alone. Like it's hard, and it's not hard because Isogenics, it's hard because you're growing. But every step you take literally grows to another level of yourself, which unlocks another level of yourself, which ultimately unlocks another level of income. And that's the way I see it in my head. If I can get through this, I can now enter a new stage of income too, you know? So don't quit, but more importantly, just like while you're growing your belief in the compensation plan, if you're not a 10 or 20 yet, hold that thought and be like, man, the possibility is there. And if you get, you know, swirling in your head, like, oh my gosh, it's so hard, go back. No, 2 plus 2, 2 shares with 2. And that just kind of calms it back down and centers it, because you know how simple that is when 2 shares with 2 and 2 shares with 2. It literally is that simple. How you get there, that's up to you. That's part of your journey. You know, you live and learn a little bit here and there, and you make mistakes and you're like, dang it, I should have said this over that or whatever. But you learn. But you go back and you kind of hold that, like, okay, just sharing with 2 who shares with 2. Don't make it harder than it needs to be. And I think you will, like, you'll wake up, you'll see that $10, even the $54, even, you know, your first really huge paycheck, and you're just like, wow, because 2 shares with 2 that shares with 2. That's it. That's all.
Amazing. Okay, so good. And I hope that just gives you, next week I'm going to talk about events, you guys, because a lot of people that are here really grew when they got in the room. Okay, I don't know if the room's going to be available because of Corona kind of things, but it changes. You build your belief. And for me, I listened to, her name is CG. She was like a waitress in New Jersey. She's like, I would catch the Jersey, what is that, boat to New York to go catch a taxi to make $54 at my job to go all the way back to New Jersey. So when she made her first $54, this is the thing that changed it for me, was like, I'm all in. And she said, my first year I made $500. How many of you would have quit if you worked the whole year? Your friend was like, that's it. Like, no, the vision, right? Jimmy Smith, every time you feel like, Jimmy Smith. And then the next year, $800. That's year 2. And you're like, oh, people are making 6 figures. Like, where am I? Year 3, $250,000. Year 4, millionaire. Like, would it be worth it to you to just not quit, right? That's the question. I don't know. I don't know what your goals are. I don't know what you got going on. And I want to talk about Mihana for a second, because I think about this. She worked 15 years in this waitress job, right? No matter how great of a service she gave, no matter how many extra hours, they kept her pay. Maybe you might have got someone that gave an extra tip, but the beauty of network marketing is that we are our own economy. We don't have to ask people for raises. We grab our phones, we put on our Beyonce, we find belief in ourselves, and we write our own damn paychecks. Okay, like, and you know, to just think, nobody's gonna cap my dreams, like Kamali, nobody's gonna cap my family and tell me what I can and cannot do. I literally am in the driver's seat with this amazing vehicle. So one thing, you know, that I want to share, and we'll talk about this forever, is comparison. You run your own race. When you have a sip and sample, please don't ever say, oh, just one person showed up. How many people do you need to make $50,000 a month? That one person shares with two, who shares with two, who shares with two. You would rather go 50 feet deep with just 5 people than 50 people going 5 feet deep. Find your 5 and ask them, what can I do to help you? How can you build belief? And guess what? It's even better. We have, I don't know, 52 people on this call. Amazing. 52 people sharing with 2. Guess what? I don't know how this is all related and whatnot, but you're not doing 2 by yourself. So that should even make you that much more excited of the 2 and the 2. We're all helping each other. So I love our group because we collab, right? Post a selfie, do the workout, like we're all like this, and that elevates everybody's income. You guys, you're literally, you think, I don't know, people want to post my shake. No, dude, you're helping pay for somebody's kid's soccer program. No, sis, you're helping buy groceries at Costco or diapers for somebody's family. You think it's just a shake, but it's the impact. It's just the vehicle. You got to build your belief in what you're doing, or people will never join you. So I want you to pour love into your business and literally have that intention of, like, me showing up today shamelessly in what I'm doing is blessing a lot of families right now. Okay, because my BV, those people that I signed up today, like blah, 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 going crazy, it came up to all y'all's. It came up to all y'all's. I was putting BV and everybody's like, and I'm blessing your family, and the same way I'm being blessed. Like, this is such a team effort, and you're not gonna find that anywhere else. So my last thought before we jump off, because I wanted to share, but I'm not gonna keep you guys here all day. Remind yourself, write this down, and I shared this with our leaders this past week. When you feel down, remember this. It has never left you. It has always been you. Okay? That power has never left you. It truly has always been you. When you're working out, when you're doing your calls, when you're with your family, it has never left me. The answers, the power, the abundance, the love, the light, it's always been me. And we're here to support you. So thank you so much for jumping on. Today's week 5. We'll see you for a final week next week. And everybody have a great rest of your Sunday. Love you all. Bye.